streaming thing and hope that stuff doesn't blow up. So have people go there and tell us if they can see us, like if they can hear us. Even more importantly.
All right.
They could probably smell me because I haven't showered in like a day or two.
But hey, come on, you're the guest. You gotta be quiet. You can't. You're ruining everything.
I fucked this up the last time too, right?
You're ruining everything. Corey, say a couple things to get the guest off the screen.
Testing. Can I get the guest off the
There you
screen?
go. Yep, you're good now. Okay. Yeah, we gotta. That's Corey. That's gonna be Corey's new gig around here. It's just
move the screen around.
Yeah, say a couple things to get it until I get this thing figured out. Yeah, I mean we're trying. We're trying. So, like I said, if anybody wants to if anybody wants to let us know that they can hear us, that they can't hear us, any of that kind of stuff. If you're able to use the chat and you're able to hear us right now, then by all means, do that. I enabled the live chat, so let's see if people can say something. It says 0 watching now, so that happens.
Well, it says live stream offline right now.
Oh, does it? Oh, well, maybe that's the. Oh, okay. Oh, I see it. Oh, no, hold on. Mine is loading now.
It's coming.
Yeah, something's happening. There is something that's happening. It says you are live. The internet can totally see you now. Except for my thing is spinning, so oh, there you go. We're up.
Mine's still spinning.
It'll be up in a second. Mine is spinning randomly while it's up. So maybe there's an issue with streaming quality. Okay, it looks like it's it says that it's live and it's moving. It is loading. It is doing some things. So I don't know. Let's see. Let's see if there's any. Oh, there's Corey in the chat. Corey's out here in the chat.
Out here trying to make things happen.
Mm-hmm. Moving and shaking.
Is your video up? Is it just off on Skype or?
No, it will be. I'm waiting. I'm building up the anticipation.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Did you do something new with your facial hair?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay.
That's exactly what I did. I'm gonna see. I don't know why it's doing this this kind of loading thing or whatever. Because when I did test videos, it didn't do this. Like there were some videos that were put up. Let me go to my preferences. Let me go to my output. Video bitrate. Shit. I don't know.
Oh, my mom said she's watching.
Oh, hi, Mom. Okay, ask her if there's any lag. Say, Mom, is there any lag? Because we're trying to figure this out. Let's see what we can do here. Because, like, mine, I'm seeing the time on mine, but it's loading very slow. So,
So, I when I turn the volume on, I can hear everything that you're talking about and saying, but it just has the blind box is starting soon video.
All right. Well, I guess the only way that we know how to do this, let's give it a run. So I'll take you out of here, and
my mom says she can see me on my screen.
She could see you?
She sees me on YouTube.
That's impossible. That's.
Maybe she's just drunk or something. I don't know.
I mean, no disrespect to mom, but I'm just saying. Maybe she thinks you are the logo, like the box logo.
It looks a little bit like me, I guess.
Yeah, maybe that's.
There's a
it.
white guy with a hat. Looks like Chris too.
That's very true. It's pretty much everybody. So I have turned my camera on. I am now waiting for it to catch up on YouTube, but it hasn't for me yet.
Either Chris is staring very intently, or his video's locked up on my side.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm supposed to say anything yet.
Oh, okay. Well,
Can
there
you
you
guys
go.
hear me?
It could be, yeah, we can hear you.
right.
But
So-
your camera, it looks like your camera's frozen.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think my image froze,
Yeah.
and then when and then I hear a delay in the video.
Yeah, you're gonna have to mute the YouTube. That's for sure.
Okay.
It looks like Chris has moved for me a little bit, but now he's staring intently just in a different direction. Chris, try to turn your camera off and then back on again. And
I can't. How the hell do I do that? Because
I don't
remember,
know.
I'm.
Yeah, right, because you have the iMac thing. Oh, there's a button like in Skype. You can see like there's a little camera, and you can click on it, and it'll like exit out, and then if you click on it again, it'll be okay.
There's a little camera button.
Yeah, like when you hover over the Skype call. Yeah.
Let me see.
So.
I just tried it.
All right,
There you
I'm gonna
Back.
refresh
There
the
you go.
I'm gonna refresh the YouTube page because mine is still lagging, and I definitely have my camera up. Like
I
it's-
see you.
Oh,
I
you
can see you now.
See, I
Yeah.
couldn't see me before, so I would like to at least be able to see kind of what's going on.
But just to make sure, you're a white guy with glasses still, right?
Yeah. I haven't
Okay, all right,
changed
then
my.
that's you. All right.
No, I haven't changed any of that. All that's still the same. Okay, so the quality looks it goes in and out a little bit. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. I don't know if that's something that I can do on my end or not, or if it's
Oh, I
something
see you
that'll
now
just-
too. I
See?
switched browsers.
There you go. All right, so for anybody that is tuned in, is anybody tuned in? Anybody other than Corey's mom that is tuned in? This is the blind box. We have 3 people watching. It says, that's what it's telling me. So
At one point, we had 5. Then it dropped down to 30.
yeah, they were like, "Screw you guys! Like you guys are just bullshitting." So
These guys aren't opening toys. What's this?
yeah. This isn't a blind box opening. So the thing is that I still see the pinwheel spinning. Is anybody else seeing that, or is that just on mine from me streaming?
Which browser are you using?
I'm using Safari.
Okay.
I'm using Firefox, and I see you. It's got the logo, and then it's got you in the one corner.
Right, and does it stop and then go again, or is it just a
No,
continuous? We're just
It's
good?
It's continuous, but it's definitely a lag.
That doesn't make any sense, Chris.
I figured I'd start lying now. That's at 40 years old, might as well.
Do you have do you have the spinning wheel like when you're watching it?
Not at all.
Okay. All right. So what I'm gonna do then is I'm gonna scale this down.
Now I have the spinning wheel. You had to say something, right?
Oh really? Come on, guys.
I think that's just gonna be the way with the live. I think people that are watching it, it's not like shouldn't be that bad, right?
I don't know. That's what I'm hoping. So if you're watching this and you want to give us some feedback, feel free to do so. Let us know if it's lagging for you, if it's if you're getting a spinning wheel, if the quality is good, if I don't know, if Chris's bandana is just floating off his face.
I will say in the video, you are the only one.
I am the only one. The reason
You are
why
the only
is because I am going to introduce our guest and I guess our co-host, which you hear them both right now, but you do not see them. You will see them. You will see them. You will see them now. Strange Cat Corey is on the bus. He's hanging out. We're doing a test call, basically, for a new version of the blind box, which will be video. It'll be visual, and it'll have a bunch of random stuff for you to see during the show. So if you want to listen to this as a podcast and you just want to put it on play and just put your phone in your pocket or whatever and forget about it, then you can do that. If you want to keep your eyes locked on the screen and see all types of random Easter eggs and, I don't know, fun stuff that'll happen as we go on, you can do that also. Corey, how are you tonight?
I'm doing well. Doing pretty well. A little bit tired from being a new dad, but...
Yeah, how's that going?
It's good. Apparently, I found out from Chris, you have to put your kids to bed up until they're like 16 years old.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Please. Especially when they have school in the morning. They still just want to be difficult.
So Corey just went away. Again, we're figuring things out. Like, for some reason, Corey, you were jammed up. Like,
yeah, I see on the YouTube video, I look real squinty-eyed and serious. And that's it.
Corey's not usually that squinty-eyed and serious. So I have to see if we can get Corey back, which shouldn't be an issue. It should be a thing that we can do. And boom, just like that, Corey's back. All right, so you were saying that you're a dad.
Hmm?
That's fun.
Yeah. Dirty diapers and all that. But no, it's been really good.
It's funny that you bring that up, actually, because while I want to talk about Strange Cat toys and all that kind of stuff, and we're going to do that, I figured the guest is here, and he was saying a little bit, so we might as well intro him. And he was saying that he had to put his kid to bed, which is weird to me because I thought his kid was almost like the same age as him. So I don't understand. I was confused. So I'm going to give him a chance to do this. Chris, are you there?
I'm here.
What is the deal with putting this kid to bed?
Well, he's 15 and he's still a pain in the ass. So basically, it's just, you got to continuously tell him they try to sneak, video games and everything like that, and his phone and everything, and basically confiscate everything like he's in prison every night before he goes to bed. Got to take away the phone, the games, his belt, his shoelaces, everything.
It's like a social tuck-in.
Yeah. Social media cut off.
Exactly. That's what's up. Chris, how have you been?
I'm all right. Been good. Been busy working on a bunch of stuff. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah,
do you see the fancy new format that we have here?
I see you added video.
Yeah, shit, did we? Watch this. You want to see something cool? So Corey is going to be doing something over at 5 Points this year. Okay, and for people who don't know, if you don't know what 5 Points is, boom, that's 5 Points. Right there, 5 Points Festival, Brooklyn, New York, June 2nd and 3rd, 2018, presented by Clutter Magazine. Corey, what do you have going on over at Clutter?
So I can't speak on all of it because it's still in the works, and there's always that chance that it just won't happen. So I won't mention details, but there should be 2 to 3 vinyl toy exclusive drops at our booth.
Heyo. Congratulations.
Thank you. Hopefully they all work out because I'm pretty excited about all of them and wish I could talk about it more.
Right. Well, we'll be able to talk about it more, and now people will be able to see them when you're able to put up new information about it. So, what do you think about this video thing, Corey?
I like it if it wouldn't be so buggy, but we're working out the bugs right now, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the I don't again until people start chatting and letting us know what the deal is, like if it's choppy, if it's not, how to fix it. If you know how to fix it, by all means, let us know. If Corey is loud and I'm not loud, or if Chris is loud, whatever, give us a heads up and let us know what you think, and we'll take that into consideration. So
Yeah.
So now watch how we do this. All right. So Chris,
Yeah.
you're watching the YouTube stream, right?
I am, and I see the big 5 Points
Yeah,
Festival
you see that.
logo.
Right. You see the 5 points is coming up. Okay.
Yep.
Now let me ask you this, Chris. Have you? Now this is a crazy one. Okay. And I'm only gonna ask once. Have you seen that Strange Cat Toys is doing a group custom show featuring Cause Dissected companions?
No, I did not.
Well, you know what? If you look at the YouTube stream right now, you'll actually see some information about that, so you can see what we're talking about. You don't have to just listen and then go and type it in on the Instagrams or the Twitters or whatever else. You can rely on us as a source.
Sounds good. Sounds good to me.
What do you think about that? What do you think about that Cause Dissected companion that you see there?
I don't see it yet.
Come on, what are you talking about? It's right there.
And
that one right there?
Yeah,
one looks
yeah,
awesome.
exactly. Did the stream jam up, or is it?
It's just still the 5 Points festival logo.
Okay, let me hit the button again and see if we got if it's got a transition. If that's
must be like 2 or 3 minutes behind.
Is it really that far behind?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! All right, well, I mean, not.
But we have a record 6 people watching.
Hey,
What?
we're making moves.
There we go. I see it now.
You see it now?
Yeah.
So there it goes.
That's a pretty creepy looking image.
Right.
I don't see
Yeah.
it yet, but I'm sure I know what it is.
Yeah, I dug it off the Googles. So so that was my assistant for the show. So that's another thing that's coming up over at Strange Cat Toys. They're doing the Cause Dissected companion show. Corey.
So wait, real quick, how does that work? Is it artists are painting each one, or?
I must stress that they're reproduction causes, so they're not originals, because that would just be ridiculous amount of money and impossible to find. But yeah, so I got 13 reproductions of the 16-inch Dissected, and I sent them out to each individual artist, and they're all either just doing custom paint or some sculpting on top.
Have you listed any of the artists yet, or?
I haven't publicly listed it, but I can go through the list right now.
Let's do it.
So it would be an exclusive?
Yep.
Yes.
If I had bombs to drop, I would, but I haven't worked that into the format yet. That'll be coming soon, though.
Just go to the,
Explosions.
yeah,
Yep.
go to the Funkmaster Flex filter.
Yeah,
So I got
we're
that.
doing all that. Yep. Corey,
So
let's
for the-
hear it.
For the lineup, Prime and Prime We Trust, who's a friend of the show.
Yep.
And he actually is the one that sparked this idea, because he did this killer custom cause piece for me maybe six or 8 months ago. And I just thought it looked amazing. So I thought that more of these things should be coming out. So he's going to be in the show with a new piece. Ian Nuglife will be in it. The Bots, Jellico, Mike Fudge, Jesse Hernandez, MP Gatheron, J222, Tomodachi Island, Shifa, Ink Visuals, and Fur MG.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very nice.
It's a solid lineup, and it's a cause piece. Even if it's not really a cause piece, it's still a cause piece.
Well, look, we got 7 sketches on the chat.
Hey, 7 sketches. What's going on? Can you hear us? Like, is everything good? Are we wasting our time? Are we wasting Chris's time here? Are we wasting your time here? Let us know what the deal is. as much feedback as possible would be awesome at this point, just because that's essentially what we're doing right now. Is we're doing a test run. Once we have the test run up and everything is worked out and all that stuff, then we're gonna have the real guests on. I'm just Chris. I'm just kidding.
I love that I'm the test guest always.
No, Chris, come on.
The first episode.
Yeah,
let's go, Chris. He's doing nothing.
That's a great thing to be the first episode. There's nothing wrong with that.
I got no problem.
Yeah,
I have no problem.
All right.
So 7 sketches says sounds loud and clear. Kind of lagging on my end, but I have a crap computer, but I think he's getting the same lag that we're getting.
Right. Okay. All right. Cool. So all right. So now with that being said, Chris, we are we need to catch the people up with what's been going on with the scene and Corey and all that stuff, and we're gonna get people caught up with what's going on with you and Rob and For the Masses. And then we're also gonna we're gonna touch on stuff. A little something blind box style. So if you're in the chat, stick around. We're not going anywhere. We're not shutting down or whatever. This is the new format for the blind box. This is a real episode, Chris. Do you feel better now?
Well, no, you suckered me in. I thought this was a test thing.
No, this is not. No.
That's why I agreed to be on video.
Jeez. No. That's the reason why I told you to get the bandana out. I knew it was going to be a thing. All right, so
I'm honored. I'm always, I always appreciate it.
Shit, I always appreciate you being here. All right, so with all that being said, now if you don't know, Corey has dove into beard oils. Not actually, like he hasn't actually dove into beard oils because that would be weird.
That'd be dangerous, yeah.
and dangerous. But he has dove into beard oils, and he is now making these fancy beard oils that are designer beard oils. He has a few that have been released already. Those you can see if you're paying attention to the YouTube pictures and all that. And there is a new one coming out. Corey, do you want to tell the people about that?
Yeah. First, I was watching the video, and it looked like I was bouncing up and down. Did you do some sort of effect?
No.
Or was there just a problem?
No, that's when you were moving the camera around.
I was?
Before. Yeah, the whole computer was moving.
Chris, do you hear how he thinks that, like, I'm now I'm sabotaging him within the first 10 minutes of the show? He's like, hey, first, we have to address this, okay? There's something bouncing around here.
Well, you said you were going to put me in the bus. I didn't know if that was an effect. It looked like I was in a vehicle.
I'm going to put you in the bus.
Around the bus.
Chris, we're going to do this thing where because I have the ability to do this now with the effects and stuff, I'm going to put a border around Corey. So he's basically in a bus. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna look like he's like a bus driver. And that's gonna be his window, and it's gonna look like
Ralph crammed in it.
Yeah, and it's gonna look like the guest is in the bus with him, I guess now. So you guys are gonna be hanging out in the bus, and I'll just be here, bullshitting, smoking, without people.
That sounds good.
So I have a smoke filter. We'll get to that later. But anyways, all right. So Corey, second of all, what is this new beard oil?
So the new one coming out is Dark Matter, and we collabed with Ian at Nug Life to pick out the scents, and he designed the artwork for the label. We're also going to do a Dunny release, a painting release, and a set of his mini nugs, and those will be coming out this Friday, which is February 2nd, and releasing at 4:20 p.m. Eastern time.
Beautiful.
Naturally. But yeah, we've done the oils with some artists in the past, like Jeremy Fish, Kyle Kerwin, Gary at the Toy Chronicle we did an oil with, and then our most recent one was with Spanky Stokes. We did Stroll Drool.
We still have to get the blind box beard oil out there, Corey.
We do.
The people need it. To be honest, I need it. I'm a little bit dry.
A little dry?
Yeah, a little bit dry and rough on the face area. I see you're looking flush though. You're looking. You have the full beard going on.
Yeah, I just shaved this thing off a month ago too.
That's crazy. A lot of stuff has happened since the last time we've done a show.
True.
Corey has shaved his beard and grown a lumberjack beard since the last time we've done this. So, again, if you're paying attention to the YouTube chat or the video, you will see Ian Nuglife's beard oil that's up there, along with his with a custom with the dunny, and there's also some resin pieces that are coming out. Did you mention those?
I did, yeah. There's a mini nugs is what he calls them.
Yeah.
I see why my computer was shaking, because when I type it, it goes fucking bananas.
Oh, that's why. You got it. We're still working on the setup here, folks. Corey's got to get with the times. He'll get a fancy. Well, don't you have a fancy camera? Didn't you get one?
Yeah, but I'm sitting on the floor in the stock room, and I have my laptop on.
Corey, come on, leave something to the imagination here. I mean, Corey's.
You're on the bus, remember? On the bus.
Oh
Yeah, it's on the bus. Sorry.
Oh my god.
The bus is that big that it has a stock room. That's all it means.
We were talking about that before. I'll put a 3D animation behind him that has like it looks like it goes back forever. You know what I mean? Like it'll just look like a forever stock room. And Corey will be like, I'm here in the stock room. It's Strange Cat Toys. It's crazy. We have sales. We have sales all over the place. It's a blowout. It'll be like a mattress warehouse.
And that Crazy Eddie.
Yeah, Crazy Corey. Yep. So anyways, all right, so the resin pieces. Now, what about those?
So they're called mini nugs.
Yep.
So they look like miniature, I guess full-grown, bloomed little weed trees.
Right.
But he's painted them in a spacey type of way. I don't know if you have pictures of those to post up.
It's already up there.
Oh, okay. It's just a little lag on my end.
Yep. Nope. I understand.
Yep. So those will all be coming.
I keep hitting the live thing, and that actually catches it up a little bit.
Does it?
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go. I mean, as long as I'm interested because I'm pretty sure I have it set to record video for afterwards, where it'll stay posted, and we should be able to kind of go through afterwards and see exactly. I mean, if the whole thing is just like a bad phone call where it just drops all over the place, then we know we got some work to do, Corey.
Yeah.
So, but
we
I
now
don't
have
think it should be.
8 people watching live, not including us. Like I say, including us.
To anybody who
Is that including us?
That is including us.
Oh, dang it.
Damn it. All right, so but we love the 5 people that are tuned in. If you're watching and listening right now, do us a favor and spread the word. Put it up on your Instagram, on your Twitter. Open up the window and just yell. Everybody has YouTube now, so people will go. That's the one thing I've learned is that everybody has YouTube. It's a very popular thing.
Yeah, I think you have to have a Gmail account to log in and chat, but
everybody has a Gmail too, though.
Yeah.
You don't need the invite anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was gonna say. Remember when it was special and you had to have the invite and.
I do.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't have to do that anymore.
That's even before Instagram was only Mac.
Right.
We got Prime in the chat now. He said, "What up, Chris?"
Hey, what's up, Prime?
Hey, Prime, what up? Thank you for tuning in and let us know what you think. Also, this leads me to mention anybody that's looking for any opportunities to do graphics or any of that kind of stuff. Let me know. I'm not rich by any means, but I do have a couple dollars that I'd be able to throw around. If you're able to do it and it's not an inconvenience to you. It would just have to be like some high quality stuff, and possibly like if you can do some animated stuff or any of that kind of like Flash, I guess, shit. That would be great, because that's essentially how this show is going to end up going from what you're seeing now, which is kind of just like slideshow and some interactive stuff, to being a fully interactive TV show for you, with your favorite artists and art and giveaways. And I mean, I got stuff that I can bring up. Don't make me do it because I can do it. I have a wheel that spins that we can give away stuff. It's a randomizer. It's like a wheel, and it spins on the screen, and we'll put everybody in from the chat, and boom, winners, winner chicken dinner.
Boom.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Thanks. So that's that. We have the Ian thing that we talked about, the beard oils. We talked about clutter. We talked about one thing that we have not talked about is Chris likes to draw on bananas now. He draws on fruit.
I've seen that.
Chris,
It's been a minute though. I used to do it a lot actually. I used to do it at work.
I've never
a couple
seen
years
this.
ago. Yeah,
Why do you do this?
because I unfortunately have to draw on everything for some reason.
Really?
Yeah, it's really the only reason why.
Has that always been a thing of yours? Is it just walls,
course.
or is it just everything like
I-
bananas?
It's just doodling on things. I mean, it's just, especially at work. I mean, it keeps me sane a little bit.
Right.
But yeah, no, it's kind of fun doing these because it's such a temporary kind of surface, and within an hour, it's basically, it's either dark or it's kind of just pulling apart, and
All right, let's play the game cool or creepy. All right, is this cool or creepy? Somebody runs up to you and says, "Oh my God, Chris, I have a banana peel that I dug out of the garbage 3 years ago, and it's actually the Haha Banana Hammock illustration that you did. I can't believe I have it, and I can't believe I'm meeting you. How do you feel? Cool or creepy?
I'll tell you, it throws me off. I was on the train a couple days, about a month ago, heading home, and somebody came up to me and was like, "Chris," and I was like, "What? What?" He's like, "Chris," and I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh." He's like, "You don't know me," and I was like, "Oh, right off the bat, okay, cool." I don't know. Like, it's just weird. I don't know, stuff like that's just weird. That's one of the reasons why I don't even like showing my face, because it's just like, for me, I'd rather the artwork be out there and not who I am. I couldn't, care about any of that. So it was just really weird. So if somebody came up to me and said they had that, it would really throw me off. Absolutely. I wouldn't say creepy. I would just say odd.
Yeah. Okay. Not fun. That's how I feel actually about the whole camera thing. It's like, it's funny because I do the music thing. I rap or whatever. Like, I don't have a problem like people seeing my face like that or whatever. But when we first started doing the show, we did so many episodes that I was like, if we put our face on the internet for every episode, we're literally gonna have like thousands of hours of video of us just being up on the internet for like random footage and like random GIFs and memes and shit. And I'm like, I don't feel like dealing with that.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, for me personally, it's like, I just always cared about the artwork getting out there. Like, for me, I just don't, the attention is just not what I'm for. I don't know. It's definitely, I don't know. I understand why people don't care about, showing their face and understanding, like having people know who they are. I get it. But,
right.
For me, it's just, I always kind of like, rather the artwork just speak for itself instead of, just being about me.
Word. Again, if anybody's in the chat and they're listening and all that stuff, feel free to spread the word, let people know, and let us know how the quality sounds.
We're up to 10 in the chat now.
We're up to 10?
10.
It's funny actually, because I was saying this to somebody earlier, or I was saying this maybe on Twitter, that we started off the blind box with 0 people interested. 0. Like, it wasn't like a thing where we had like a built-in following for me and Catfish in a podcast format or anything like that. We just decided to kind of do it, and then all of the the support that we got from there was very genuine and organic, and people just fucked with what we were doing. eventually we looked down and we were like, hey, we got a pretty good amount of people that kind of care about what we're doing here. The only problem, and the biggest problem, and one of the reasons why I want to do this YouTube thing, is that every time we tried to keep track of how many people were watching or paying attention or whatever, it was impossible to track an actual number. No matter who we kind of looked to or whatever for a number, it was never an actual number. So what we did was, what I did was, we kind of took a step back from doing shows at the end of the last season, and I was like, well, if we're going to do shows again, I want to be able to track how many people are watching or listening or whatever. And I also feel like we're at a point now where we've had a lot of great guests on the show, Chris being one of them, and I think you've heard Chris a bunch, whether it be on For the Masses or the Blind Box or whatever else. And I think that it's good to see Chris. Now, does that mean that Chris has to be up for the entire episode? Like, Chris's face just has to be plastered on here? Like, it's a, no. Like, that doesn't have to happen. My face actually doesn't have to be plastered on here either. Watch this. I'm gone. Poof. Gone. Corey, gone. The only thing that you're now looking at is haha banana hammock. And let me be honest. I think I can speak for all of us when I say I'm okay with that. Right, Corey?
I'm okay with that.
Chris?
Do you want to...
I'm fine with whatever. I mean, you know me. I'm
saying
cool, whatever.
But I'm saying, like, Chris, now if you go and do... If you were to do a show somewhere, right? Or if you were to do like a video show, like a visual something like this, and if you knew that you had to be on camera the whole time, like the entire time, like there was no choice, that's not fun, right?
No, I mean, I guess it kind of depends if it starts to feel natural and you don't even realize you're on,
Right.
So it really depends.
I just think that with me, like, I like the fact that I'm able to take things away, kind of put things up or whatever. The viewer doesn't have to lock in to the YouTube video experience or whatever. Like, they can just sit back and listen the way they would the normal podcast. And if they want to tune in, then we're now able to include a lot of the stuff, like when Corey says, oh, I just sent it over in the chat, we can now show that to people. And on top of that, like, if we want to have a crazy episode of, like, Chris RWK teaches graffiti and art, where we mash up two crazy styles that are the same, in some way, shape, or form, and Chris is the one to bring that to you, and we want to do one episode of 30 minutes or whatever and do that, we can do that. And he now has an outlet to be able to do that at, and he doesn't have to do a show every week or every month or whatever. Like, he could just jump on and draw some shit.
That works.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing I'd have to get a different camera because,
Well, of course, yeah, because you can't mount it to, right? It's like mounted to the thing.
Yeah, it's attached to the screen, so I can't really tilt my computer down to have somebody watch me draw.
Right. Well, because like before, I would, like, when we would have people on, they would say stuff where they would be like, "Oh, you guys should do like a video show or whatever." And I'm like, "Look, there's a couple things. Like, one, when we do the shows, I want to be able to smoke. Like, that's like I like to do that. Do I have to do that? No, I don't have to do that. But I do want to be able to do that. And with this, I'm able to, again, take the camera off, bring it back, whatever. If I want to get something to eat, like, say I'm sitting here and I'm enjoying the interview or whatever, but I'm really fucking hungry. Maybe I just want to turn my camera off and just eat something real quick. I can now do that. The same thing with Corey. The same thing with Chris. If Chris is like, look, I'll be on camera for like a couple minutes, but I don't want to sit here and like just be on camera with you guys for an hour or whatever, no matter how comfortable it is. Pause. Then I'd say, okay, great. Then we don't have to do that, and I can kind of shuffle it around. So lots of.
It's funny because when we were doing episodes of For the Masses,
yep.
there was people who like they were kind of a little hesitant because they thought it was going to be video.
Right.
And then once I explained that it was just going to be audio, they were like, they definitely were in on it a lot bit easier.
Right.
Yeah.
And this is one of those things where it gives the option more, I feel like, to the person that we have on. Like, if they're like, I really don't feel comfortable being on camera, like, I'll do it for a couple minutes or whatever, they'll be like, all right, I'll show you your artwork for a bunch more of it, and we'll play some games or whatever, and we don't have to worry about it. If somebody's like, yeah, like, when we had JPK on the show, he was like, he had his camera on from the jump, and he was showing pieces from his collection and all types of shit, which would have been a great interview for something like this. So, we'll trial and error it and give it some shots and see what happens.
Sounds good.
Word.
Hey,
I haven't seen the spinny wheel thing in a while. I think maybe that's just the beginning.
Oh, really? Okay, good. So we're moving smooth now.
Do you want an update on the chat?
Uh-oh. Why? What happened?
Prime says, Jim, why you look like Charlie Brown?
Oh, come on, dude, Prime.
And then he said pretty good quality audio. And then he said Corey's face is the best looking face anyways.
Wait, hold on. Are we going to skip over the fact that I made the Charlie Brown sound? The ARG?
Oh yeah.
Look, there's a couple things that are going on here that I don't like. No, first of all, Prime is just looking for a discount from Strange Cat Toys. So he's got kids. So he's got to get that discount. I'm not mad at that. That's fine. Prime, you can talk when we get you on the reboot of Pencil Neck Geeks, and we have you up just like everybody else. And then we can talk about Prime and what he looks like. Because I'm not going to do that right now, not without him on the call. What else is going on in the chat? How many viewers we got?
It's been bumping around from 8 and 11. We're at 8 now.
Okay. Well, I'm not mad at that. Again, I don't know if it's recording or not, but hopefully it is, and people can go back and check it out, and we can kind of put up that this is what we're doing now. So, Chris, I had a hot topic that I wanted to ask you about. If you'd like to talk about it.
Was it about the all women's Royal Rumble the other night? What were we talking about?
You know what? We could actually talk about that also. I wouldn't have a problem with talking about that. That's one thing that we can add to the list. What I wanted to talk about with you is this cryptocurrency thing.
Oh, that stuff's crazy.
Yeah. What do you think about it?
What I think about it, I think it's just first off, in order to get it, was it 10 years ago, how long it was such a hassle to begin with.
Right.
And, I think they brought it back to really just kind of show some kind of interest in things like non-existent money. It's like, it's crazy to think there's nothing backing it.
Yeah.
And I think that just kind of just sums up where we are at, as a country right now. I mean, it's crazy, how many people are in credit card debt, how many people don't really actually own the stuff they own.
Right.
It's and I think something like that kind of currency just solidifies it and is kind of giving a legitimacy to it.
Well, there are people that argue that that there's actually more. There's more. You can put more faith in cryptocurrency because it's completely controlled by the people, as opposed to, quote unquote, normal money that's controlled by the government.
And I understand that. I definitely understand it. But when things are controlled, unfortunately, when things are controlled by the people, it's never going to be it's never going to be an even playing field. It's even, when the government runs it, same thing. There's never going to be 100%, level playing field for people. It's, for example, the people who own most of that cryptocurrency are what kind of people? The people that 10 years ago were, computer guys looking into it and mining it and doing all that stuff.
Right.
So it's never going to be even.
Right. Yeah, they're always ahead of the curve. I have a buddy of mine. What's up?
Yeah, there's always going to be somebody that's going to have the upper hand with it.
Yeah, I have a buddy of mine who's really into it, and he's done really well for himself. But he's also, like what you're talking about, he's somebody that 5-6 years ago told me about it, and I was like, wait, so it's imaginary money? And he's like, well, yeah, basically. And I'm like, yeah, that's gonna go really well. Like, congratulate, like, have fun with that. And what's that?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go.
No, I was just gonna say now 5-6 years later or whatever, it's it's the hottest thing in the world.
Yeah, but I mean, like, from what I understand with stuff like Bitcoin and how when it originally was released, you had to spend time to actually mine it to actually get the Bitcoins.
Right.
So right there, people like you and me weren't doing that.
Right.
But you had full on corporations and firms and everything like that overseas.
Right.
Mining 24 hours for this stuff.
Right. So
again, there's showing that it's actually not owned by the people. It's still going to be owned by the people with the ability to.
Right. Well, that's the thing is that, like, and I'm not saying that everybody's like this, but my buddy was one of the people that he would mine it early, and like he's not like, I'm not saying he's not like you or I, and the fact that like he's a coder and like he can he does computer shit, but
right.
But he's not. I mean, he's still in my social circle. You know what I mean? Like he's still somebody I know. It's just that he got hip to it early because he's so into computers and because he kind of saw that there was a value in it, and then him and a couple other buddies of mine invested in it early, and they made out, and then they basically pulled out of it. And then recently he saw that he had some money that was still left in an account that he forgot about, and then he went and flipped that and made a lot of really good investments off of that. And that was just basically investing, like stock market investing.
Well, I mean, and again, he's, and then see,
he's not everybody.
Right, and that's the point. Is it's never going to be, level. It's kind of like in the late '90s and early 2000s. The whole internet big boom. Everybody was buying up, website names and all this stuff.
Right.
And then plus you had people who were getting like advertisers for like every click was a penny and all this stuff. Look what happened to all that. None of that stuff. People don't even go to websites anymore.
Yep.
The only time people go to websites nowadays is to buy something specifically, and that's it.
Yeah, from StrangeCatToys.com.
Exactly.
Yep. I see. What's up?
To me, it's just kind of crazy. It's just, it's something that's so that doesn't have anything to back it. Just doesn't make sense. It's kind of like when they took, they took away gold from backing, the dollar. It didn't make sense.
Right. I see that Charles from Coins to Continue is in the chat. What up, Charles? And Charles, if you want to jump in, I can add you. I can add you to the call. I don't know what you have going on, et cetera, et cetera. But I wanted to give Charles just a chance to give an update as to what was going on with Coins to Continue. I guess Chris is here, so. Chris, I hate to put you on the spotlight, but I have to put you on the spot. What the hell is going on with For the Masses?
I'm sorry, it froze. I didn't hear you. What you said?
You can't say that because we have done enough testing at this point where we know that it is not freezing. But I will repeat myself one more time. Chris, what the hell is going on with For the Masses?
That's a good question. Well, Rob was busy doing a couple of things, and I was hoping that we were going to relaunch within the beginning of the new year.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, and he's got a new job and some stuff was a little difficult. So to be honest, I'm not too sure.
Right.
You know, I'm actually dying to do a new episode. It's weird for me to kind of have the podcast bug because I usually don't like talking.
Right.
But I actually do want to do a new episode. I reached out to him last week because we were working on something else, and we were trying to link up. But you know, he works in the city now, so we're trying to link up. But like I said, it's something I hope we can get back on the horse soon. You know.
Right.
Can't you just be the host and he can be your co-host and he's on sometimes, but maybe not all the time?
Well, he knows how to work all the Skype stuff. I don't know any of that stuff.
Well, that's what.
He's older than you. You can figure it out.
That's what we're really going to have to figure out when it comes down to it, because I don't have the time like I had before to do the post-production for stuff. I mean, I can do it, but it's one of those things where I'm going to have to figure it out, and we'd have to get on the same page about that. And then the other thing is because the blind box is now going visual, I would like to add a visual element to it if at all possible. So,
you do realize that both me and Rob have faces for radio, right?
Yeah, I know. That's what makes it even better, though. The jokes write themselves around here, Chris. I'm kidding. You can wear what you're wearing, and Rob can do the same thing. We'll put Rob in a bandana, cover his face. That'd be great.
I don't think you've met Rob. He'd have the bandana on his head, not on his face. Come on.
Oh, that'd be so good. All right. So now, we talked a little bit about everything that's been going on. I haven't updated anybody really with what's going on with me. We're gonna wait to do that until we get into the other episodes and all that kind of stuff. We'll be here all night. No, I'm just kidding. The only real cool thing about me is I got a dog.
Oh, nice. What'd you get?
Oh, I'll show you. I'll show you Wallace. Hold on. This will be his debut. Wallace will be on a lot, to be honest with you. This is just gonna happen.
Is it Marcellus Wallace?
No, it's Christopher Wallace.
Ah, okay.
All right, hold on a second. I gotta get him kind of positioned. He was just sleeping, so he's probably like, "What the fuck is going on here?" But hold on. Here he comes. Let me go to the cam. Okay, there you go. And boom. All right, Wallace, say hello. You see that? Chris, we'll give him a chance to catch up. Everybody, this is my new dog.
I think your video is not on still, right?
Yeah, it's gonna transition over in a second.
Okay.
What's going on, puppy? So yeah, this is Wallace, and you'll see more of him as we do more show. I just got the note from Corey that he's gonna have to get going soon, which is fine. We've done a bunch of testing so far. There's one thing that I want to talk about and do before we go.
Wait, real quick, is that a Ewok? What is that?
It's fucking incredible, right? It's a Shih Tzu, and he's chocolate brown and has white boots and white chest hair and a white goatee.
Nice.
Yep. So I got him when he was 2 months old, and he's now about 9, 10 months, something like that. So he's just a puppy. So,
nice.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of him on here randomly, especially because there's going to be times where like I'm not going to be able to control him. Like he's probably going to be running around or doing something stupid or whatever, and I'll probably bring some attention to it. So, all right, real quick, I want to do this before we get out of here. Here we go. I'm going to do some maneuvering. Yep. Going to take me out of here. Goodbye, everyone. Because there's a new Dunny release, I'm actually interested to hear what Chris has to say about these, because we know Chris isn't the the biggest Dunny fan. Not that he doesn't like them, but just he doesn't do the Dunny thing like that, I guess. So Chris, if you check out the link, the stream, you'll be able to see there is a new series called The Wild Ones. With Kronk, Linda Panda, Squink, our buddy Igor Ventura, Sharon Park, Spanky Stokes, which congratulations to Spanky, Josh Devine, and Johnny Draco. And maybe I thought there might be somebody missing out of that. Is there somebody missing out of that, Corey, or is that the lineup?
No, that's it. You
okay.
got 'em.
Okay. So Chris, can you see them?
I can see them.
Okay. We're gonna. You can see them up there. Is there anything that stands out to you that you want to throw out there? If not, no pressure. Just figured I'd ask.
As far as the ones I like, or
Yeah. Ones you like, ones you don't like. It doesn't. I mean, it doesn't matter. Like whatever you happen to see.
are they in order along with their names, or how does that work?
The top three are Kronk. The next
Spanky,
three-
Spanky, I could figure out what those are.
Yep.
Yeah. The middle three are Linda Panda. The bottom two is Igor, and probably the mystery. The green one's Johnny Draco. The one next to that is the Aaron Park, and then after that is Josh Devine, and then the last three are Squink.
All right. So now, why would some artists get multiple and some artists only get single?
So the single artists are in-house Kid Robot designers. And
Gotcha.
maybe Kid Robot doesn't like them as much. I don't know. I don't know the reason for that.
No, I was just wondering. No, I mean, I always like Spanky's work. I always think those look really cool. The Igor ones look nice too. Yeah, I definitely have to see them up close. I mean, like I said, this stuff kind of, I'm still baffled by some of the stuff.
Why so?
I don't know. It's weird. First off, there's been so many of them made that kind of just throws me off. For me, when I like collect anything, I like a little bit more of the exclusive feeling to it. And it always kind of seems like, for me, like some of the Dunnies, like some of them are like, like obviously the question mark ones are going to be the chase ones or whatever, and those are going to be a little bit more exclusive or whatever. But I don't know, I don't want to say overdone, but
Too sculpted.
Well, first off, the format's so restricted.
Right.
I mean, it really is. I mean, a couple of years ago, probably about 10 years ago, they asked me to do like some drawings for them, and like I did a couple, and I don't know, like I just personally I didn't even like how they looked. I was kind of happy that they didn't make them, because to me it's just like it's a very restrictive, surface and shape. So like already, like I appreciate the fact that Spanky's has the hair on it, that breaks the form, and I don't know, just like for me, it's just like when it's so constrained, it kind of just it's not about the artists. It's just more about the fact that it's a Dunny.
Right.
No,
I hear you.
The Panda Bear ones are cute, and Linda Panda.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those are cute.
Yeah, I think some of them look good. I think I honestly I want to see how these look in person before I judge them. Which I do want to throw this out there for the people. We will do blind box openings. We will. I will be getting blind boxes and opening them on the show, and giving my honest opinions. So. Sometimes when you do these shows, they might run, 30 minutes, like maybe they'll run, an hour, or, maybe they'll run an hour and a half. So, I don't really know. And I don't know how YouTube handles that. And, I got to see what the deal is. So it'll be easier once I see that stuff. Corey, is there anything that you wanted to say about the new Dunny series before you get out of here?
I like most of them. I like that they're going with the multi-artist. I don't really care for the Kronk ones as much,
Yep.
which is weird because I like Kronk a lot. I like a lot of Kronk stuff, but I don't really care for these. I think Josh's probably stands out the most, and Squink, and
Who-
then
Who did the bulging eye one?
Kronk.
Really, I actually like those.
Yeah, I like more of the paint only. So I guess I'm probably the opposite for you on the Dunnies. I like more of a paint only application and no sculpt. So that's probably why I'm not really feeling them.
Gotcha. Yeah, see, for me, like if I did just a paint only, it's so bad, it's so boring.
Yeah.
Because of my style. So I like the one with the eyes because it's got like an Ed Roth kind of feel to it.
Hmm.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, guys.
No. That was all I had.
I think that it's funny because everybody's like, they need to do multiple artist series again. Like that's what they're missing. And then they started doing multiple artist series, and the one thing about it that I don't feel like they've really nailed while doing the multiple artist series is having them all fit like I don't know if about all fitting an aesthetic, but all like me liking all of them from a set.
Like they should just all assemble like the Constructicons and make like a big Dunny. They're just trying to say.
I guess. Well, they did that with the 2010 series or whatever it was with that like that skeleton thing or whatever.
Yeah.
But no. What I mean is like I feel like if a series comes out, even if it has 5 different artists in it, I should still like all of the Dunnies from it. Like I should still, if I like one of them, I should still probably like all of them. It doesn't mean that I have to, but it just means that if you're going for like a series feel or whatever, I would think that I would like all of the ones from the series. If I like 1 or 2 of them, I would probably like all of them. Unfortunately, there's stuff like in the Arcane Divination series where some of them are really good and they're great pieces. And then there's other ones that they don't even feel like they really fit the series, and I guess they do because of the story of the tarot cards and this and that and blah blah blah. But they just don't look it. Like when you put them together, they don't look it. The same thing with like the DTA Dunnies. Like there's a handful of those. There's like 7 of them that I really like, but then there's another 5 or 6 or 7 that I didn't really care for that much.
I gotta ask a quick question.
Yeah.
So, how many series of Dunnies have there been over the years?
Too many.
At least 15 to 20.
And you guys can literally remember which ones were in which sets.
I don't know if Corey can.
Maybe going back like the last 4 or 5 years, I can, but beyond that, probably not.
Yeah, mine is kind of. There's certain ones, like I know that the Kronk ones that you're talking about from this set, there's very similar ones in that same set that I was talking about with the 2010, like the skeleton thing or whatever. It's right, Corey. You know what I'm talking about, like the leather jacket one and whatever.
Yeah.
There's certain ones, and I'm speaking from a fan standpoint. I'm not being a dick here, Chris. So I don't want you to think like that. I'm like, well, some of us care about this stuff. Like I'm not saying
No,
that.
that's not.
Like,
no, I'm just amazed. I'm just amazed that your brain can work in that way. That you could remember all of the different ones in the sets. I mean, that's pretty impressive. It's just.
That's just. I mean, I appreciate it, but that's just how I guess it's kind of like. Because I also have a little bit of a checklist where there's certain ones that I want to add to my collection, and I have to know, like, if I see a box that's for sale or whatever that's not the normal price, I have to know that it's one that I actually want, or if it's not. And after looking at 20,000 fucking auctions on eBay over the last 2 years or whatever, you kind of grip it. You know what I mean? Like, you kind of know which ones are which, or which ones you're not bothering with or whatever.
Yeah.
Are you a baseball stats guy too? Like you could remember?
No, I'm not. I have a buddy of mine who's really, really, really like that. No, but you know what my memory is? I'll be honest. Wrestling and music. I can memorize a lot of other songs. Corey is out of here. Corey, do you want to say goodbye before you get out?
Yes, so long, farewell.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys soon. Follow me on Strange Cat Toys on Instagram and strangecattoys.com. Nice talking to you guys.
Good seeing you, Corey.
Corey, we'll be getting out of here soon, and we will be back very soon, as long as this is good to go, with a very special guest. So, Corey, I'll talk to you shortly, some point in my life, and hey, you have a good night.
All right, later. You too, man.
Later, Corey.
So, Chris, the thing is that with music, between knowing like other people's music, rap verses and whatnot, like hip hop shit over the years, and then also knowing my own hip hop shit over the years, I think that's where a lot of my memory comes in.
Gotcha. No, it makes sense. It's just amazing to me because it's like I know, like, people even ask me like what shows, like what other artists in certain shows that I've been in, and I try to remember all, but it's not easy.
Right. No, it's there's what I'm really bad with is actors.
I say that I'm actually pretty good at.
Oh, actors and actresses, I'm the fucking worst. And I have a buddy of mine who's amazing with that. And I can't, like, I can do like the big, like, I know De Niro, Pacino, you know what I mean, whatever, like, I know, like, Hugh Jackman, like, shit like that, you know what I mean, like, whatever. But there's, like, there's always that guy in the movie that you see, like, oh, I know that guy, like, where's that guy from? That guy is, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I got you, definitely.
Yeah, I'm terrible with that. So, I am currently adding Charles to the call, and I'm not going to take up much more of your time. I see that Spy vs. Spy back there, and I'm jealous.
It's a collaboration I'm working on with somebody. They did that part. I just got to finish it up.
you just got to ruin it.
I gotta ruin it. I gotta draw on it like I draw on banana peels.
Well, at least it won't get thrown in the garbage right away like a banana peel would.
No.
Chris, what do you have going on that you want to tell the people about before you get out of here?
March 15th, I have a solo show opening at 212 Arts Gallery in New York City.
Okay.
That's my main focus. I've been doing a lot of stuff for like small group shows and stuff like that, but that's what's been taking up a lot of my time. And then hopefully tomorrow, I'll be launching some new pins and some new patch. These like fabric keychains. Kind of been teasing them on Instagram.
Yep.
Past couple of weeks. So I've got a couple of new products coming out, and that's about it right now. Got some new shirts coming out. Just trying to stay busy, doing as much as I can. I was trying to aim for a product every month.
Yep.
Unfortunately, January, there was some delays with the manufacturing of the pins and all this stuff, and I literally just got them tonight. And of course, today's the 31st, so it's not like I'm gonna be able to get them out there tonight.
Right.
But yeah, just staying busy.
Word.
That shows like that's gonna be a pretty good one. The March 15th should be fun.
Word. Well, we appreciate you being on the show. As always, if there's anything else you want the people to know about, obviously let them know. But otherwise, we will have you back on again, hopefully soon, and hopefully we'll have more for the masses.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and speak to Rob this weekend, see what we can kind of, solidify. Like I said, I've got the bug. I want to get some new episodes going. So,
right,
and
well, I think Charles is on the line. Charles, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, there you go. Let's see if Charles' camera is working, because it wasn't working before. Oh, there you go. Hey, there you go. Okay, so Charles is here. Chris, while you're here, You might as
Yes.
well say what's up to Charles. Charles is is a co-host of Coins to Continue. You've heard a lot about him. You've talked a lot about him. You two can finally meet now.
Or the meeting of the two worlds kind of start colliding.
Right.
What's up, Charles? How you doing?
Hey, man. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, good to meet you.
Yeah, Charles. This is Chris. He is one half of For the Masses. We actually were just talking about For the Masses, and it is hopefully returning sooner than later. So that's the plan.
Yeah, word up. I was listening to that part. I heard you have to drop that question a couple times, asking where it was.
Chris's connection is really bad sometimes.
Yeah.
And,
It's only bad. It's only bad during certain questions.
yeah, right.
Word. Of course.
Other times it's perfectly fine.
Absolutely.
All right, so Chris, again, we appreciate it. Why don't you get out of here? We don't want to take up any more of your time. I know it's getting late for you on the East Coast, and you have kids to feed. So.
No. Actually, I gotta start painting.
Oh, you gotta start painting?
Yeah, gotta get to painting until usually about 2-3 o'clock in the morning. So.
I forget. You never stop.
Yeah, it's no time to stop. If I stop moving, it might die. You never know.
Well, we're gonna stick around here. I'm gonna talk to Charles a little bit about Coins to Continue, so if you want to listen, feel free. But otherwise, like I said, hit me up and we'll have you back on.
Sounds good, sir.
All right, brother. Appreciate it.
All right, be well, guys.
Yep. Peace, Chris.
Later.
Peace.
Later.
All right. So, Charles,
Yes, sir.
what's going on with you, brother?
Man, nothing much. It's been an eventful day. Got some gaming in today with some friends. Played some stuff I've been waiting to play.
Yeah.
But it's been fun, and you've been kind of teasing the return to Blind Box yesterday and today, so that's been exciting. Looking forward to that, or been looking forward to that. And of course,
it.
yeah, I think this new format's gonna work out, man.
It's different. It's one of those things where it's funny because like in my head I see it as one way, and then as I'm doing it and as I'm putting it together, I'm like it's close, but it's not there just yet. But
Trial and error.
Yeah, but it's trial and error, and I feel like it's almost right now it's almost like an interactive slideshow. And I
Right.
feel like once we get people involved and once I'm able to kind of pull some strings that I know that'll be around and people that have always been around to contribute for the show and shit like that. And I feel like once we get everybody, back in the loop, I feel like we'll be able to do a lot of different things where it'll look like a pretty professional stream/show.
Understood.
So what's going on with Coins?
Well, first off, I want to shout out the people that stuck with us and have been asking about the show for months at this point. We're coming back. The plan is to drop our first episode of the year next Friday.
Yep.
We've actually already got the first guest lined up for that particular episode. If anybody follows us on Twitter, you may have seen that conversation kind of happen. We had spoken with this person before, and the plan was to get her onto the show, and now it's actually going to happen. And me and Katie have been having a conversation for like pretty much since the show hasn't been on about what we want the show to be and what we want to do with it going forward. A lot of it, we're still figuring out our identity.
Yep.
A lot of people do love just the unfiltered nature of the show, I guess is the best way to put it. So we're definitely going to keep that there, but we want to use the platform to talk to some people. And when we started, the whole plan was to give people a peek behind the curtain for things that they didn't get to see normally. And we're going to do that on an even larger scale. And I'm pretty excited, man. Just like Chris was saying, I've got the podcast bug real bad.
Right.
So
well, I'll take partial responsibility for that. It's been a fucking crazy, and I don't like to make excuses and shit, but it's been a crazy couple months, and with the holidays and all that, and then on top of that, trying to get this streaming thing, it's basically the same thing as what happened with the podcast thing when we were trying to get the podcast thing up. And like we would go to record an episode and we'd have it, and then we'd go to listen to it back, and then it would record me, but it wouldn't record Catfish, and then we'd have to go back and we'd have to do it again, and then we had and we literally, I mean, we recorded probably 5-6 episodes that didn't make air, or we're up on different shit because we didn't have anything together.
Yeah, we've run through that before, where we've done a show with 4 people, catch the audio afterwards, and one of the people, entire chunks of the conversation are not there. Yep. Yeah, it's stressful.
There's this one program, I forget the name of it, but it's like a web-based joint, and it's where they you can record everybody individually.
Right.
And instead of batch recording everybody, it batches them into a folder or whatever, and then you can go through and load them in and whatever. In concept, in theory, this sounds like a great theory until somebody disconnects in the last 30 seconds of the call, and then it fucks up the entire recording for that person, and then that person,
I think I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, and then that person, and then that person isn't there anymore, and then when you go to put it together, you just have 2 out of 3 people, and so one person's like, oh yeah, no, I hear you, no, and then there's nothing else there, and then oh ha 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 ha, and I'm like, oh, this is awful. So so that sucked, but with this I don't know, with this streaming thing, my thing is that Catfish and I did a lot of episodes of the Blind Box, between me and Catfish doing episodes and then me doing episodes with other people and all that kind of stuff. We had done a lot of episodes, and I think I just got burned out, not just from doing shows or hosting or whatever, but just from everything, from posting episodes and promoting shit and making artwork for episodes and just all that. And I give credit to these YouTubers that are out there that do an episode a day, and they're basically just doing it because they know that they have to keep their numbers up, and they're just doing it because and they're basically burning themselves out, and a lot of them have admitted it. They're I give credit to a lot of those people because it's not easy. I don't think people realize, some people do obviously. I don't think everybody realizes how hard it is to edit videos. And yeah, just to edit a video. To edit a video is fucking, unless you have it down to a science where you could sit down and just chop, okay, blah, 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 export, okay, bring up the page, okay, export out to the page, and you're done, in an hour or whatever. That's the quickest you could probably get it done. And that's without, even the export's going to take, 45 minutes to an hour. If you don't know what you're doing, or if you're, an amateur at it or whatever, or if you're just trying it out, it's going to take you,
twice as much time.
easily twice as much time, because you're going to go through and you're going to be you're going to do the entire thing, then you're going to get to the end and you're going to find something that you can do, and then you're going to go, oh, I got to do that with this part and this part, and then you're going to go back in and you're going to do that. It's going to take you fucking forever, bro. And
very true.
So all these YouTube dudes that they're steady put out content or whatever, I respect it. With me, I don't want to go that route. I don't want to go to where I feel like we're producing, I'm spending more time post-producing than I am doing entertaining.
The show itself.
Yeah, because to me, it's about the show. So that's why with what's going on with Coins, right now there's something going on with the iTunes, and it's been going on. This has been an issue for the iTunes since the beginning of us splitting the shows and having different shows on the channel. Coins is getting batched in with the Blind Box, so when it gets posted, it's getting posted as basically a Blind Box episode. It's not getting posted as Coins, and I hate that. I don't want that to happen. The problem is that they don't make it easy to change it, but I think they might have done that recently. So now that we have this up and running, which is what I've been trying to get up and running for the last, month and a half or whatever, I'm now able to kind of focus on the other things and bringing other shows to people again and all that kind of stuff. So, so now that we have this out of the way, we can focus on bringing Coins to the people. So again, Coins will be here next Friday.
Correct.
I will do everything I can to get the situation straightened out. And again, Coins is a strictly audio format. Yes, podcast only.
Yeah, the weekly episodes of the show are going to be strictly the audio podcast. Katie, my co-host on there, she has an established audience on Twitch.
Yep.
So we're going to promote her show on there. We are going to find a way to do some stuff with video.
Yep.
It's just a matter of what, because I have a lot of obligations with my job now. With Shaq News, where I do some streams for them, some sponsored streams and new releases and stuff like that.
Right.
So I'm going to try my best not to cross streams with all of those things, but still be able to find a way to do video with Coins. It's just a matter of figuring out what it's going to be at this point.
Okay. Cool. Well, the same way that you said that you appreciate your supporters sticking around with you, I appreciate you guys sticking around through the transition period of the blind box. And,
of course.
And hopefully, bigger and better things are to come down the line. So,
got some big plans in the works. Just gotta get there.
Yep. Charles, let them know where they can find you in the site and all that stuff.
Yep. For the Coins to Continue Twitter account is at Coins, the number 2 continue, all one word. My personal Twitter is _CSJR. Katie is Pikachu Lita, so just Pikachu and add Lita one word. And you can catch the show on the blindboxnetwork.com.
That's right. All right, Charles. It was good talking to you. And for everybody that tuned in, we appreciate you. For anybody that went back and checked this out, I think it's recording and will be up. If it's not, oh well, you caught the moment. And we will catch you guys very, very soon. So this is the Blind Box. I'm GM. Peace out, everybody.
Peace out.